As the sun sets, over mid-Michigan, the sports spirit ignites. Volleyballs soar, echoing the determination of champions. The gridiron roars to life as student-athletes clash in a dance of skill, strength, and strategy. Basketball courts pulse with energy, each dribble a heartbeat of the game. As winter turns to spring, the diamonds will glisten under the sun, a stage for baseball and softball glory and triumph. Fans unite in a symphony of support for their beloved teams. Amid cheers and tears, memories are etched into the tapestry of time. Join us as we journey through the magic that is high school sports. It's time for high school football on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hello and welcome inside our Barberry Law Studios in the Woods Household pregame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman and Adam Gursky have made the trek to Evart, so you don't have to on this evening. So we got a great high school football matchup for you with 4-1 Evart and 4-1 Beal City. Both of these teams looking up at McBain in the Highland Conference standings. One kind of common opponent I'm looking at coming into this game. Evart did fall to Lake City. I believe the score was 38-27. And last week, as you know, Beal City absolutely blasted Lake City 52-8. So if you're asking me if there's a favorite in this game, it is definitely Beal City, and it is definitely by a bunch. But with that passing attack that Evart brings to the table, watch out. They can be dangerous because they do a great job of staying on the field. Last few years, it was Preston Wallace calling the signals. Now it is Aiden Anderson at quarterback, the junior, 6'1". He is a fantastic athlete. He's going to be able to run out of the pocket. He's going to be able to make those 10-yard out throws that Wallace was able to make the last few years. And another name that I recognize is Noah Vanderlinde, the outstanding 6'3" wide receiver. He was absolutely shut down last year by Caden Smith. I imagine Owen McKinney will get that duty tonight, the senior all-sports star for Beal City. Beal City will get the football to start this game. We'll talk about those offensive starters for the Aggies when we come back after a quick break here on our Woods Household pregame show. It is Beal City, Evart, here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more Woods Household Appliance pregame show right after this.
Hey, Rowan. Want to toss the ball around?
No, thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Papa, we did all that when I was little.
I guess you're right. Barbary Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291.
Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric, and go Aggies!
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes, competing for their schools. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Osceola Fairgrounds. Chris Bachman alongside Adam Gursky. Big shout out to Brad Ancliffe. Just a little fist pump as we get ready for some Beal City Aggie football here on some Friday Night Lights on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Big shout out to all of our great sponsors. This is the Woods Household Appliance pregame show. Find Woods up in Clare. If you want to shop local for your furniture, Woods Household is the way to go. Also, another shout out to our big new sponsor, Weefrich Financial, sponsor of that Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game. And our friends, Bill's Custom Fab, fabrication of the game. We have the Bird All-American Grill post-game show, Gates Drilling and Service halftime show. And, of course, we are coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also, big shout out to our friends at Fisher Companies, Bogwai Banga and Bradley, Shavers Bait and Sporting Goods, almost up north, and Stitches for Britches, Gross Farms and Brad Gross Electric, along with all of our other great sponsors that make it possible for us to be up here at the fairgrounds to bring you some high school football action. Beal City will get to football to start the game. Under center, it's going to be the sophomore Kyler Smith. Along that offensive line, again, some health issues have changed some things here, changed some things there. It does look like Wyatt Wilson is back in at guard. Now it looks like we got Parker Sienkiewicz maybe lining up at left tackle. Hunter McDonald will be back at center. So across that line, you've got Beitler, Wilson, McDonald, Leonard, Faber, and you also see Sienkiewicz in there as well. Two tight ends / wide receivers, Mr. Kyle Martin and Drake Gatro. As I mentioned, Kyler Smith is going to be under center, also catching the ball, also running the ball. Well, as you know, it's going to be a whole host of Aggies, from the freshman Braxton Bukovich, junior Garrison Zucker, sophomore Aaron Locke, sophomore Eric Elias, and the seniors Neil Finnerty, Drew Block, Austin Small, and Mr. Owen McKinney, who's been kind of Mr. Do-Everything this year, as he has been the last few years for Beal City. No matter what the sport is, he just seems to be able to make it happen. And as I mentioned, kind of guys that I'm watching for this Wildcat team, Aiden Anderson, the junior quarterback, he is going to be electric. And I'm watching Noah Vanderlinde on the outside. He's got a lot of size with that 6'3 frame, and Caden Smith, Coach Gross was kind of just able to lock him up on him, and he just did a fantastic job last year. And so that's going to be a big assignment this year. Who's going to be able to take on that senior wide receiver star for this Evart Wildcats team? Slide over the defensive starters for Beal City. There is a whole host of guys who could do it. We've got Eric Elias, Kyler Smith, Austin Small, Kyle Martin, Owen McKinney, Drew Block, all very capable. But with the size out there, I do think Garrison Zucker will be a possible good one-on-one matchup if you're the Aggies, if you're trying to shut down Noah Vanderlinde. We're going to see Everett throw the ball, and we're going to see him throw it a whole lot with quarterback Aiden Anderson. It should be a fantastic game. We're going to take another break here on our Woods Household and Appliance pregame show. When we come back, might be right about time for the national anthem. We'll just kind of pump up my microphone here so you can hear that Evart Wildcat band. But we are just about ready for kickoff. High school football action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as Beal City looks to move to 5-1 on the season, but they've got an outstanding 4-1 Evart Wildcat team ready to take them on. Be back right after this here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
For grown and mid-Michigan moms, visit Bryant Family Farms in Shepherd. Moms love mums, so show your mom some love with Bryant Family Farms. Bryant Family Farms also offers maple syrup, pumpkins, beef, goats, and fresh-cut flowers, with you pick, bouquet arrangements, and subscription flowers. Show your mom some love this fall with Bryant Family Farms, 3.5 miles south of the casino on South Leeton Road. Visit BryantFF.com or call 989-304-1201. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant.
Elevate your banking experience. Isabella Bank is your local banking partner. We understand the importance of personalized service, providing solutions that fit your unique needs. When you bank with us, together we can drive positive change and build stronger communities. Experience banking redefined. Make the switch today and experience banking that goes beyond. Isabella Bank. Local. Growing. Staying. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Thanks to coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. 989-620-6595. A great rendition of the national anthem from the Evart Wildcat Band, and kind of a fast up-tempo version of the national anthem if you're asking this guy as well. But here we go. 4-1 Beal City. 4-1 Evart set to do battle. This is our third Beal City game of the year. It was a fantastic contest in week one, with the Aggies coming back to win in the second half over Ravenna 22-15. Then several weeks ago, we got to see them play Houghton Lake on homecoming, and they won that one going away 49-0. I believe it was Drew Block that had 4 touchdowns on that homecoming night. And ooh, what a touchdown it was from the senior Neil Finnerty, going 60-some yards in the second half to kind of put an exclamation point on that big win for this Aggie football team. And the one common opponent that I'm kind of paying attention to, Evart lost to Lake City. Beal City beat them big. But when it comes to high school football, there can always be 1, 2, 3 matchups that can be a big-time difference in this game. And Evart, they do play a much different style than most teams are used to seeing. They're going to come out and they're going to throw the football a whole lot. They're one of those teams, they get into that 2nd and 15, 2nd and 20. They're not going to be scared. They're not going to really have to change their game plan because they've got the quarterback, Aiden Anderson, capable of making all the throws. But then again, you could say the same for this Beal City Aggie squad. Kyler Smith has been fantastic at quarterback. The sophomore continuing to learn as he goes. And he's got a whole host of guys to get the football to. When you think about Drew Block, Austin Small, and Owen McKinney to start. Then you've also got Bukovich, Zucker, Locke, Finnerty, Gatrell, and Martin that could all end up being the biggest factor in this game. Any one of those guys, Gatrell, Martin, Bukovich, Zucker, Locke, Finnerty, Small, Block, McKinney, Elias, Kyler Smith, any one of those guys could be the quote-unquote offensive player of the game for this Beal City varsity football team. And that's what's so dangerous about Beal City. Year in, year out. It's just not one guy, just not 2 guys that you need to focus on. There's 6 or 7 guys that could run the ball for 100 yards on you. And that's what makes them so dangerous. Here we come with the opening kickoff. It'll be Drayson Derscheid on the kickoff for Evart. It's McKinney. Block back deep to receive. Very dangerous to get them the football in the open field. A lot of times with Beal City in the past and now, seen teams kind of kick it towards the sidelines, do what they need to do. And Kyle Martin, the excellent kicker for Beal City, is warming up on the sidelines a little bit right now. But here we go. Friday Night Lights football. Beal City, Evart, ready to go. Both teams come into this game at 4-1. But again, you asked me for the favorite. It's definitely going to be Beal City. And keys to victory, 2 teams very familiar with each other. It's going to come down to controlling that line of scrimmage, turnovers, field position. I do feel like if you're the Aggies, you get off to a good start here, you could run away with this one as well. Here comes the kick. It's going to be a little bit of a dribbler. It's Garrison Zucker, much better athlete than you're used to fielding it for the up man. He takes it all the way here to the near side, across the 40, across the 50. Great job by Zucker. He went horizontal a long way, but it paid off as he's able to get into the open field here near the grandstands at Osceola County Fairgrounds. And that is where Evart plays their football, runs their track here at the fairgrounds. Just a beautiful facility. Nice because everybody's covered up underneath the roof here. So if it does start to rain, it doesn't look like we have anything in the forecast. We'll be just all right. Beal City, great field position at the Evart 37-yard line after the nice return from Zucker on a little pop kick there. Send a man in motion, hand off to the deep back, Drew Block. He gets away from one tackle, and he might score on the first play of the game. He jukes out the referee at the 22, and Block is gone. One play, 18 seconds. Touchdown, Beal City, as Block goes 37 yards. The referee did everything he could to try and prevent that touchdown, but it didn't matter. Block was taking that one to the house for the 37-yard TD, and that was very, very fast. It was a nice return from Zucker, and then 37 yards. First play of the game. The Aggies into the end zone with the touchdown. The lefty kicker, Kyle Martin, out there. Owen McKinney on the hole. And jumping off sides will be Evart. One thing I'm noticing about Evart, I'm telling my buddy Adam Gursky to zoom in on the goalpost there for a minute. Very short goalposts. You usually see those things going up a little bit higher, but maybe only going about 10, 15 feet up. And now with the offsides, Beal City will now come out and go for two here, trying to make it an 8-0 lead instead of 7 or 6. Kyler Smith goes under center. Eric Elias at fullback. Behind him, Drew Block at tailback. Just ran for that touchdown moments ago. He gets the handoff here, and he is in for the 2. And so what a start for Beal City. The 2-point conversion, it is good, and it's already 8-0. Woo! We'll keep the broadcast right here as we're only 18 seconds into the ball game. Maybe it's got a little bit of a feel to what we saw last night with Fulton and Sacred Heart. Those two teams went back and forth in the first half, combining for 8-9 touchdowns, I think, in that first half. Fulton kind of ran away with things in the second half, but holy moly, it was a battle. And now if you're Evart, you're going to have to try and answer right back here as Beal City only has the ball for 18 seconds, and they get into the end zone on the nice return and the beautiful run from Drew Block, and give some credit up front to Beitler, Wilson, McDonald, Sienkiewicz, Leonard, Faber, Martin, Gatrill. Big hole for Drew Block. There was a couple would-be tacklers in the defensive backfield that looked like me out there trying to tackle Drew Block as he went into the end zone. Again, if you go back and watch the replay, the official did everything he could to dance out of the way, and then it almost was like Drew Block and the official kind of juked out of each other's way. And that may have made it an interesting angle for the tackler as well. Not going to be Kyle Martin out there for the kick. It'll be Eric Elias kicking off for Beal City. 8-0 our score. Elias, the high kick towards the sideline. It's going to be fielded at the 23. And trying to find some room on the far side is the returner for Evart. Going out of bounds is going to be Brandon Magnus. And so first down and 10 for Evart. Still very early, but when you get one play and a touchdown from Beal City, you get the feeling you want to do something special here in the early going. The Evart football at their own 36-yard line. First down and 10. Aggies defensively. Does look like it's going to be Zucker guarding Magnus. Again, Vander Lindy is the guy that I'm watching out for defensively. It does look like it's going to be Owen McKinney on the big star wide receiver on the far side of the field. First play of the game is going to be handoff up the middle. Nowhere for the ball carrier to go. Trying to find some room as Cam Swales is going to be brought down after a gain of maybe 1. So freshman Braxton Bukovich in on the tackle. Defensively for Beal City, you're going to hear me call out more than 11 names. But along the line, Sienkiewicz, Irvin, Beitler, Leonard, maybe Hooks and Locke as well. Linebackers, Gatrill, Wilson, Bukovich. Defensive backfield, Zucker, Elias Smith, Small, Martin, McKinney, and Block. Some of the names you're going to be hearing called defensively. Anderson fakes the handoff this time, tries to find some room up the middle. Nowhere to go. Aaron Locke in on the tackle, along with, I believe, Joey Frederico out there as well. Or pardon me, that was Reese Hooks in on the play. So now third down and long, and this is where if you're Evart with Anderson, you've got the ability to throw the football down the field. 3rd and 9 isn't necessarily a desperate situation. And this is where I'm looking for them to go to the outside here, and the big wide receiver, Vanderlinde. Guarding Vanderlinde right now is Garrison Zucker. Shotgun look for Anderson with 3 wide receivers to his right. Now they motion a man over to the left, so there's 2 on each side for Anderson. He drops back looking to throw. It's going to be over the middle. It's going to be tipped incomplete. I believe that went through the hands of the wide receiver. Might have been a little tall, but it's going to bring up 4th down and a definite punting situation for the Evart Wildcats here in the early going. So Beal City had it for 18 seconds and they scored. Evart hasn't even had it for a minute, and they're already going to be giving it back to Beal City. Vanderlinde will be on the punt, back deep to receive the punt. Austin Small and Owen McKinney. Number 1 and number 2 back deep to receive from number 6 for Evart here on this 4th down and 9 play. Not a whole lot of a rush there for Beal City. It's a solid punt fielded by Austin Small at the 21-yard line. Gets through 1 tackle here on the near side. Now he's got some big room on the sideline. We do have a flag coming in for a possible block in the back, so I think it's going to be coming back, but a nice return from Austin Small. I really like what Small did there. He kept his patience, made one guy miss, and a lot of times when you got that whole side of the field to go to, it's hard not to just run that way, but Small saw a small opening up the sideline on the near side, and he was able to take advantage. And so the block in the back will move it back to their own 29-yard line. That is where Beal City will start for the 2nd time on the night. There's still 10:36 left to go in the first quarter. Beal City's already scored and already forced a 3-and-out from Evart. A great start from Beal City. Aaron Locke's going to be lined up at wide receiver to the left of Kyler Smith. Wingbacks are going to be Garrison Zucker and Austin Small. Looks like the deep back is going to be Drew Block. So look to get that number back there. Could be Eric Elias as well, too. I see that number on the shoulder, not so clear here. Going to hand it off up the middle, and it's Block again with the carry. Stiff arms one man, gets away from another guy, and goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Drew Block should have had maybe a yard there, maybe. But instead, he makes 2 guys miss and is able to make a solid gain on 1st down. And Jacob Beitler looks like he might have rolled that ankle. He's going to come off the field. That's a big loss for Beal City. Jacob Beitler has been a big-time player on the line both ways all season long for Beal City. And have some trouble putting some pressure on that ankle. You hope that young man is all right. Again, hopefully it's just a twist, but as a guy who's popped the Achilles, a little scary the way we see Beitler moving over there on the sideline. Going under center on 2nd down and 4 is Kyler Smith. Hands it off to Austin Small. Small's able to turn the corner, get outside the 40-yard line for 1st down yardage for Beal City. It's now under 10 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. It's already 8-0 Beal City. Yeah, if you're just joining us, the Aggies had a nice kick return from Garrison Zucker to start the game. Set him up at the Evart 37-yard line. The first play from scrimmage was a touchdown for Mr. Drew Block, 37 yards. Evart got the ball at their own 36, quickly went 3 and out. Beal's got it back. They've ran 2 plays, already picked up a 1st down. They have it at their own 42-yard line. It's Chris Bachman and buddy Adam Gursky on the camera, bringing us some high school football action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, brought to you in part by our friends, Woods Household Appliance, Block Electric, friends at Bogue, Wybanga, and Bradley. Nice carry for Zucker here to the near side. He's going to pick up a solid gain on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd down, and we'll call it 2. A really good spot for Zucker as the Aggies have it right at midfield, right in the middle of the field at that E logo here at the Osceola Fairgrounds, the home of the Evart Wildcat football team in track and field. Kyler Smith, sophomore quarterback, trots back in with the play. Homecoming tonight, Mount Pleasant High School in Ithaca. The Oilers taking on Bay City Western. Ithaca taking on Saginaw Michigan Lutheran Seminary. Clara's got Standish Sterling. Shepherd has Gladwin. And last night, Sacred Heart Academy fell to Fulton. That's what's going down. There are 6 ultra-local teams here on this Thursday and Friday. Run for Drew Block up the middle. The best job by the defensive front from Evart that time as they kind of swallowed up the ball carrier very quickly. It's going to bring up 3rd down and Just a very short, actually, I think they're going to say it's first down yards. They're going to tell them to move those chains. And so it will be a first down for Beal City as they're now inside Evart territory at the Wildcat 48-yard line. Big shout out to our friends like All Seasons Fireworks, Isabella Bank, Joe Wentworth and Bryce Updegraff, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, and Bryant Family Farms. Still haven't got out there, Ben, just to get my mom yet. Need to make it out there tomorrow to get my mom. Need pumpkins or anything? Bryant Family Farms is the place to go. They're open tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Go shopping on that Saturday. Little counterplay for Beal City. It's an opening for Zucker. He's got first down yardage inside the 30-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. So 5 offensive plays on this possession for Beal City, give or take, and they picked up 3 first downs. That is a whole lot of success, and they've already got the 8-0 lead over Evart. And if you're the Wildcats, you're just used to losing to Beal City. My buddy Adam Gursky even spotted a Beat Beal City shirt from somebody walking into the game and said to him, that's what happens when you have a tradition. And if you're Evart, I believe I looked it up a few years ago, it's like once every 18 years, Evart football beats Beal City football. Shotgun look now for Kyler Smith. He's got 2 wide receivers, 1 to each side, and a couple wingbacks if you want to call them wide receivers. And we do have some pre-snap movement. The Aggies are going to lose 5 yards here. It'll now be first down and 15. And big thank you to Fisher Companies, Central Concrete, Central Asphalt, and Fisher Transportation, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms, Brad Gross Electric, Rick's Food Center, WW Construction, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Boomer's Lawn Care, and Barry Funeral Home. Might not be a bad night to go to Doozy's with things cooling off a little bit. You might actually have a short line there as well. If you bring your dog and tell him Spock sent you for a pup cup, Clyde will be happy to hook you up, hook your dog up. First down and 15 for the Aggies. Going under center is going to be Kyler Smith. Send Garrison Zucker in motion. They fake the handoff to him. They give it to the deep back. It's McKenna. He's into the open field across the 20, across the 10, dragged down at the 5-yard line. Big run for the senior. When you need it, Owen McKinney seems to give it to you every single time. And that ratio continues for Beal City on this drive. They've ran 6 plays. They have picked up 4 first downs. Unbelievable drive right now for the Aggies from Beal City. They lead it 8-0. We're still very early in the first quarter with 8:45 left to go. Play coming in. Aaron Locke is going to line up deep or wide to the right of Kyler Smith. Fullback's going to remain Owen McKinney. 2 wingbacks out there as well. Send Zucker in motion. Hand off to McKinney. Pretty much the same play here. And McKinney charges into the end zone for another Aggie touchdown. Dragging down McKinney a little bit late was an Evart defender out there. McKinney wasn't too happy about it. But when you get into the end zone for the short TD run, I don't think the senior's going to be too upset about it. It is now 14-0 Beal City, and Kyle Martin back out there for the extra point. What a start for the Aggies. We're not even 4 minutes into the ball game, and they already lead it 14-0. McKinney on the hold. Martin, the lefty kicker, out there ready for the extra point. They were lined up to go for it previously, but an offsides penalty allowed it to move in, and so they ended up going for 2. And it looks like the very same thing happening here once again. Evart jumping off sides, which is going to bring the offense back out there. And Kyle Martin will not continue to add to his point total. The kicking game for Beal City, but a chance for the Aggies to make it 16-0 here in the early going. And we are live on Facebook and YouTube as we now got both things rolling here tonight. So you can pull that up on the big screen if you got the smart TV or whatever. Just go to YouTube, search Mid-Michigan Sports Network, or look up Beal City Evart, and you'll be able to find streaming live now on YouTube. Bukovich out there for the 2-point conversion. He plunges into the end zone to get it. It is now 16-0 Beal City, and we are not even 4 minutes into the first quarter. Domination for the Aggies so far. We'll be back with more high school football right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Jenna Gates
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction. Welcome back here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. That's my fault for playing the halftime open break there. That's a little bit longer than my in-game breaks, but when I make a mistake, I always make the joke, whether it was on the radio or now here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. If you're laughing at me, I know you're listening, so that is okay. First down and 10 for Evart. Kick went out of bounds, so they'll have it at their own 35-yard line. And if you're Evart, you got to make something happen right now because you're trailing 16-0. Of course, there's so much time left to go in this ball game, but it's been very easy sledding on the ground for Beal City. We know they can throw the football as well. No Aiden Anderson, the Evart crew can score some points. They got to make it happen here in a hurry. Again, both these teams coming in with a 4-1 record, but a little bit softer schedule for Evart. Pass is going to be tipped, and it's intercepted by Zucker. What a play from Garrison Zucker. He noticed the tip pass. He jumped it and came up with the interception. And, oh, boy, I'm waiting to see what happens here. And are they trying to say there was a timeout called before the play? I can't think of any reason why that would not be an interception. And they're going to call a false start on Evart. I don't see a flag on the field, but nonetheless, the offsides is going to keep it Evart football. Now, whoo, boy, that's a tough one right there. Zucker did a great job at jumping that route. I didn't even see the flag for false start, but hey, 1st and 15 for the Wildcats. They have a chance to kind of stay alive in this game because that interception would have really set up Beal City nicely. Looking for the pump and go here. They're going long. There's a man out there. The throw's just a little bit too long for the wide receiver on the far side of the field. Aiden Anderson was trying to connect with Lucas Johnson, but the pass was just a little too far for Lucas Johnson. Kyler Smith was given chase from his safety position, but Johnson had gotten behind the defense there for Evart. They just couldn't connect with him. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 15 now for the Wildcats. Anderson actually looks like he's looking towards the wide receiver, Brennan Magnus, to get the play. Shotgun look. Dropping back, looking to throw again is Anderson. Throws it to the sideline. This time it's going to be caught by Johnson. He'll be tackled at the 40. It's going to bring up 3rd down and manageable now for this football team. 14-0, Gladwin on top of Shepherd. 7:46 left to go in the first quarter. And a big shout out to Nate Batchelder. Says we got the game going on YouTube. Sweet. That is right. We're talking all night about the Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Right now, Drew Block, Owen McKinney, each have a touchdown. We're still not even halfway through this first quarter. Garrison Zucker had a nice interception called back moments ago as well. 3rd down and 5. Big play for Evart here. I feel like they've got to pick this up. They'll throw a little swing route out to the running back. Braxton Bukovich is right there to bring down the ball carrier in the backfield. What a play from the freshman, Braxton Bukovich. That's the type of physicality you see from the big freshman that makes you just absolutely drool that you're going to have him for 3 more years after this if you are Coach Brad Gross. 4th down and 6. Evart going to have to punt this one back to Beal City. McKinney, small, going back deep to receive once again. And so if you're Evart, you've had 2 3-and-outs. Beal City's had 2 touchdown drives. It's not a good start for the Wildcats and just the start you want if you are Beal City. Vanderlinde back there to kick it deep. Or does it look like it might be Magnus now back there to kick it deep? Something to watch. They got Vanderlinde out there at the receiver. They're going to try and run the option here to get it. They can turn the corner. I don't think they got there. Beal City, even with 2 return men back, are still going to stop that play. It's going to be a turnover on downs instead of a punt. And it's going to be really good field position for Beal City once again. Our score remains 16-0 after the turnover on downs. And it's first down and 10 for Beal City. They'll have it at the Evart 42-yard line with 6:37 left to go here in the first quarter. Beal City absolutely dominating this game right now. Thanks to more of our great sponsors: J&J Auto, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, ENS Graphics, along with our friends at GNS Mechanical. 2 wide receivers, 2 wingbacks, and a running back for Kyler Smith. You could call it 4 wide if you wanted to. They hand it off to Bukovich up the middle. He's got a big hole, makes a juke. Now he's into the open field, getting a block downfield from Owen McKinney. Another cutback, barrels over a defender into the end zone for a 42-yard touchdown run from the freshman. Woo, boy, Braxton Bukovich making it happen for Beal City. He gets the 4th down tackle, then he gets the handoff on first down and takes it 42 yards to the house for the Aggie touchdown. And they now lead it 22-0, and we're not even halfway through the first quarter. What a performance from Beal City. And they rolled last week versus Lake City. 2 weeks ago, they fell to McBain, and the last time these teams have lost, and they lost to Ravenna a few years ago. They went on that run, lost to Harbor Beach last year and went on that run. The extra point is up, and it is good. Beal City leads it 23-0. There is still 6:25 left to go in the first quarter. I now have a correct in-game break queued up. We'll be right back after this quick message from our great sponsors on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Jenna Gates
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Our score 23-0, Beal City on top of Evart. They have absolutely owned this game here in the early going. Buddy Gursky looking at me and saying 35-0, that running clock, right? And it has me thinking, I don't know if it starts in the first half or not, because I've so rarely seen the score get this out of hand this fast. It's 23-0. Again, we're still not even halfway through the first quarter. Turn on the far side is going to go to the 35-yard line for the Wildcats. Yeah, think about how impressive this is. This is a 4-1 Evart Wildcat team. And so they're not a bad team, but you look at what Beal City's doing right now, they just come in looking really good, and the clock actually continuing to run right now after that. So something I'm not used to seeing, but we'll continue to keep an eye on that, as this game already a bit lopsided here in the first quarter. Shotgun look for Aiden Anderson. 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. They're going to set a man in motion. It's Vander Lindy trying to find him out on the flat. He's going to catch it and be hit hard by Braxton Bukovich. J&J Auto collision report right there from Bukovich as he hammers the wood. Well, I guess it was a wide receiver, but I'll say the would-be makes something happen after the catch. Big tackle in the open field for Bukovich, and a back-to-back big tackles from the freshman. 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats, but at least they got something positive on first down to start this drive. In big games, Mount Pleasant, Ithaca both have homecoming tonight. Last night, Sacred Heart falling to Fulton. Also have Shepherd taking on Gladwin. They trail 14-0. Clare, another big Jack Pine game as they take on Standish Sterling. Handoff, trying to give Vander Lindy some room, and there is nowhere for him to go. It's actually Anderson who kept it on that one, but it didn't matter if they handed it off or the quarterback kept it. They were both brought down right near the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 if you're Evart. And right now, if you're Evart, you went 3 and out, then you went 4 and out. You really need to pick up this 1st down here. Things are going to continue to sled downhill. 3rd down and 6. Coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Thanks to everybody tuning in to the Woods Household Appliance pregame show. We have our Gates Drilling and Service halftime show and our Burt All-American Grill postgame show coming up. In that, we'll talk about Zade Batchelder, baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefridge Financial and the Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game. Evart looking to go long. Great defense from Aaron Locke as he sticks up the arm at the last second to knock down the pass. And also, no face guarding as well. If that Evart player came back to the football, I think you might have been able to get a whistle against Aaron Locke there. But since he didn't come back and try and play the ball, it's going to end up being incomplete. Excellent defense from Aaron Locke, the sophomore. It seems like each game I watch, I continue to call that young man's name more and more and more. Evart lining up like they might go for it right now. We'll see if they drop Anderson back for the punt. This would be very dangerous to go for it here in this situation. Send a man in motion. They did get Beal City to jump. It's still not going to be 1st down yardage. Actually, no, they're going to call it a false start. Ooh, boy. Now you have to punt it now. 4th and 11. At your own 33 is now the situation. We'll see if they change anything up. And you heard me say in the pregame early in this game that this is an Evart team that's not that afraid of 3rd down and 8, 3rd down and 7, but down 23-0, facing 4th down 11. Be very surprised if they go for it here once again. It does look like they're dropping back Vanderlinde to punt this one away. And the Aggies will do that as well as they drop back McKinney and Austin Small to return the punt. Evart tried faking it last time near this part of the field, but a little bit shorter. Now 11 yards to go. Not as good a punt as his first one. It's going to take a decent roll for the Wildcats, and it will not be returnable, so it's going to be down at the Beal City 32-yard line. But Beal City, as of right now, they have got 2 3-and-outs and a turnover on downs, and then they have one long drive going for a touchdown, and then they have 2 one-play drives that were ran in for a touchdown. It is absolute domination right now from the Beal City Aggies. They lead it 23-0. There's still 4 minutes left in our first quarter as the Aggies come back out offensively. My buddy Adam Gursky wanted to point out that camera gets shaky for a minute or two. It's because he's adjusting a little bit to make sure that you have got the best angle to catch these plays at. As we've got the poles here at the fairgrounds. You can see the blue and yellow every once in a while in the screen, but just a beautiful venue here at the fairgrounds in Osceola County for Evart High School football. Beal City rolling right now, up 23-0. Dropping back, looking to throw is Kyler Smith. He's got Gaintrell at the 50, at the 40. Jukes the man out of his shoes. Going to be brought down at the 30-yard line. A big pitch and catch right there for the Aggies as it's another big play. They're going to be all the way inside Evart territory. And holy moly, this Beal City offense right now is absolutely rolling. And a beautiful connection. The long pass to Gaintrell. Ran a nice little flag route there to the sideline. Caught it, was able to turn it up the sideline. Juked the man out of his shoes and almost got by another man to go to the end zone. What a big play there. 23-0 is the score. There's 3:30 left in our first quarter. Beal City looking as good as you can. I don't think you can start off a whole lot better than this. One running back in the backfield for Kyler Smith. He's got the 2 wing backs as well. Send a man in motion. They fake it to him. Now they hand it off the middle. Hand it up middle. McKinney's got to spin out of a tackle before he's brought down. Maybe a gain of a yard or 2. Nice job by the defensive front of Evart that time to make it tough for McKinney. Probably would have been brought down in the backfield, but he did a good job spinning out of a tackle to pick up something positive. 2:50 left in our first quarter. If you're just joining us, yes, it's already 23-0 Beal City. Absolutely rolling in this one versus 4-1 Evart. Aggies got the play. Heading up to the line of scrimmage. Kyler Smith. He's going to go under center. Two wingbacks, two wide receivers, and a fullback. They're going to pitch it to Drew Block. Kind of McKinney as a lead blocker. Block is going to charge his way down to the 25-yard line before he's brought down. Beal City facing a rare third down here in the first quarter with the way they've been able to move the football successfully. Call it 3rd and 4, and this would be 4-down territory as well if you're Beal City. I don't think you're going to send Martin out there for the field goal with this big-time lead in the first quarter. Shots, my buddy Grant Palmer, GWP Builders. No, he's checking out the game, watching the action. Beal City absolutely rolling the Wildcats of Evart right now. Two wingbacks, two wide receivers, and a fullback once again for Smith. Little counterplay, handoff to Zucker. Nice move by Zucker. He jukes Aiden Anderson out of his shoes, gets inside the 10-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. And that counterplay for Beal City works so darn well because everything looks exactly the same. Everything looks exactly the same. Then all of a sudden that running back up the middle or that guy going in motion doesn't have the football, and coming around that backside is Garrison Zucker. First down and goal for the Aggies. They have it at the 8-yard line. Clock is moving. 1:15 left to go here in the first quarter. Beal City again, they already lead it 23-0. Drew Block will be the deep back. Lined up at wide receiver to the far right of Kyler Smith is Drake Gatrill. Single coverage out there with him and Lucas Johnson. They pitch this one, trying to get that edge as Drew Block, a big time block in the open field from Kane Hooks as he absolutely levels the would-be tackler and makes it an easy touchdown for Drew Block. Kane Hooks with the pancake of the game right there. You talk about the Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, who's playing best down the line. Oh, man, Kane Hooks getting a little love from all of his teammates after making that type of block. Oh, man. 48 seconds left in our first quarter. It looks like Kyler Smith is actually going to come out to hold the PAT for Mr. Kyle Martin. We're going to see McKinney is on the sideline, kind of holding the elbow, the shoulder for a moment. Hopefully he is all right. We've got another offsides coming from Evart, and so they might be able to come in and go for two again, or we'll see if they're going to just run it. And they're saying they want to decline the penalty and take the point, but I don't think they're going to allow them. The officials waiting to see if they get together. I do think they are going to discount the penalty. Still waiting. Yeah, they're not going to mark off the yardage. We're just going to do this extra point again. And it's Reese Hooks, not Kane Hooks. Big shout out to Mandy Pardapi hooking me up with that one. And the extra point is up and good. 30-0. Beal City with the monster lead here in the first quarter. We'll be back with more action right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gopher Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It is all Aggies all the time. They lead it 30-0. And we're still in the first quarter. And no, I am not joking. Beal City went 6 plays, get into the end zone that time. Easy touchdown run. I believe that was Zucker going in. It was a big block out there, though, by Reese Hooks to lead the way. This kick is going to be mishandled at the 4-yard line by Evart. Elias down there trying to get the hold, and the ball carrier is going to be brought down at the 5-yard line This is just about as bad as it can go if you're the Evart Wildcats right now. Nothing is going your way. Every ball is bouncing towards Beal City, and there's also a flag on the play as well that could even back them up further inside their own zone. Just disaster striking all over the place if you're the Evart Wildcats, and Beal City doing everything they can to take advantage right now, and it will be a block in the back. And so you're already going to have it at, the 6 or the 7? Now it'll be set up at their own 4-yard line. 43 seconds left in our first quarter. Shotgun look once again for the quarterback, Aiden Anderson. He's dropping back. He's looking to throw. He's going to launch this one deep. It's one-on-one coverage out there, and it's going to be caught at the 40. Across the 50-yard line is the wide receiver. Big-time catch. It's Noah Vanderlinde with the catch and the run. I mentioned him in that pregame. He's going to be the guy to stop for Evart. But if you're Beal, you're still a little relaxed right now after that long pass to Vanderlinde because you just have such a monster lead right now. And obviously you don't want to give up big plays. But if your offense continues to do what you're doing, there's nothing that Everett's going to be able to do to stop you. It doesn't matter if you give up a touchdown or two. Anderson in the gun, now in the backfield with him at running back is Vanderlinde. Got 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Now Vanderlinde is going to motion out to the right as well, into the slot. He is the wide receiver to watch if you are Beal City. We're going to throw a quick throw over to him on the wide receiver screen. Elias gives chase. Vanderlinde makes the guy miss. Going to get down to the 31-yard line before he's brought down. Be very close to first down yardage on this play for the Wildcats as well as we start to close in on the end of the first quarter. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. What a first quarter it was for Beal City. They lead it 30-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're going to take another break. Be back in the second quarter right after this.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman and Beal City varsity basketball coach Cam Gatrill here kind of hanging out with us, and we're starting to wonder, is there a running clock in the first half if you get over 35? So I think it's pretty universal, but it's something that none of us have really ever had to wonder about, but something that we're going to have to start thinking about here in this one, because right now it is all Beal City all the time. The score 30-0, and yes, it is just the start of the second quarter. Evart does have the football. They just picked up their first down of the game moments ago. We'll see what they can make happen here. First down and 10 at the Beal City 31-yard line. Actually, still getting the chain gang set up over there, and actually I think they've picked up 2 first downs now, if I get that correct. So it will be first down yardage for Evart, and the chain gang guys are on the wrong side right now. I got to move it down a little bit further. There you go. But a big shout to the chain gang, the officials, all the people who make it possible for these high school athletes to go out there and show their stuff for our communities. Whether it's the chain gang, the officials, the coaches, the people working the concession stands. Shout out to Angie Latham and the crew. Always see her there from J&J Auto. But so much goes into these football games beyond just what we see on the field. And right now we've seen a lot of good stuff from the Aggies. They lead it 30-0, start of the second quarter. Dropping back, looking to throw. Anderson's going to launch this one deep for Vanderlinde. Knocking it down is going to be Owen McKinney. Nice job by McKinney just going up and making the defensive play. If he tried to intercept that one, it maybe could have allowed Vanderlinde to come down with the catch. He was just going to make sure that was incomplete no matter what happened. 11:54 left to go in our second quarter. Coming to you live from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Gates Drilling and Service halftime show coming up. along with our Bird All-American Grill post-game show. Thanks so much for tuning into the Woods Household Appliance pregame show. And that post-game show, we'll talk about the Beal's Custom Fab fabrication of the game and that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Brought to you by our friends, Weefrich Financial, Pizza King, and the Jump Station. And a penalty is going to mark off another first down for Evart. And so if you're the Wildcats, you should really take advantage of this situation right here. And Beal City's not happy with the call out there. But again, this is one of those situations, time, score, there's not really a whole lot you should be getting frustrated about. Anderson ready to go as soon as they wind that clock. And here we go. First down and 10 for Evart at the Beal 20-yard line. See if they can take advantage of the good field position. Pass over to the far side of the field. Looks like it's going to be complete as the receiver ran out of bounds. It looks like it was dropped actually on the far side of the field as well. Waiting to see the actual call over there, but yeah, it will be incomplete. So it's going to bring up second down and 10 now for the Wildcats. Again, they already trail at 30-0. They have to score a touchdown here if they want a chance to come back in this one. So right now it is all Beal City. Now the officials, they're going to call it complete. All right. Second down and 8. A few things actually rolling Everett's way here in the second quarter as they try and score, but now a little confusion out here offensively on the near side of the field with a pair of wide receivers. Now they motion Vanderlinde out to the slot to the right of Aiden Anderson. Anderson drops back, looking to throw. Bukovic giving chase to the quarterback. He's going to be thrown over the middle, incomplete. Closest wide receiver to that one was actually the official. I think you can credit Braxton Bukovic bearing down on the quarterback there for making that throw a bit errant. And Beal City leads it 30-0 here in our second quarter. It was 30-0 at the end of one. Again, it's just been all Beal City all the time in this one. Third down and 8. 11:06 left in our second quarter. Anderson looking to the sideline for the play. Drops back, looks to throw. Fakes it, now looking to go long to Vanderlinde. Double coverage out there with Austin Small and Owen McKinney. And that throw for Anderson, he knew exactly where he was going to throw it when he snapped the football. I always say you can do that when you're playing Madden or some NCAA football, I guess I could say now. But you can't do that in real life out there because you got two defensive backs that know they got to key in on Vanderlinde. And shout out to our great sponsors like Mount Pleasant Public Schools. Still welcoming everybody back to school now that we're here in October. Everybody getting ready to roll. Homecoming for Mount Pleasant. Big things going on there. They're hiring bus drivers. They need parapros and substitute teachers. They have paid training for bus drivers. Go to Mount Pleasant Schools with an S.net to get started. Quick throw over to the far sideline is going to be complete to Lucas Johnson for first down yardage. And so Evart putting together a drive here that we're used to seeing from the Wildcats. They've gotten the benefit of a couple whistles going their way as well. But they're now inside the 10-yard line, first down and goal with a chance to get on the scoreboard here. And you're already losing 30-0. You can't come away empty-handed here. I think they need 6. I don't think you're going to kick a field goal if you are Evart, but it would be kind of pointless already trailing by this much. Anderson looks to the sideline for the play. Got one wide receiver to his near side. Vanderlinde's now lined up as a tight end as the All-Sports, as a sports star, continues to move around the field for this Evart team. Anderson with the keeper. He's going to get down to maybe the 6-yard line. Depends on the spot. Bring up second down and goal. Again, big credit out there to Noah Vanderlinde. They want to run it behind him. They want to hand it off to him. They want to throw him the football. Similar to what we saw last night from Fulton. Great play they got from Parker Billings out there. So he had a guy run for 6 touchdowns and throw for 1 last night, but he was only co-player of the game because of all the great plays that Parker Billings made blocking and defensively to help Fulton best Sacred Heart Academy last night. Anderson in the gun. He's got 2 wide receivers to each side. They're both split in tight inside the hashes. Anderson, quick throw out. It's going to be almost intercepted. That one went right through the wickets of Garrison Zucker. And if Zucker caught that one, he's still running and still running, going back for the pick 6. Ooh, man. But Zucker's one of those athletes that he misses a play like that. If you're the coach or another player on the team, you just kind of say, hey, go get it next time, man, because he just does so many good things out there for you. 3rd down and goal from the 5. Play coming in for the Wildcats. Anderson's going to have 3 wide receivers to his right. The one to his left is Vanderlinde. They're going to Vanderlinde on this play. I can almost guarantee it. As I say that, Anderson rolls to his right, looks to throw it to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and goal. The 11th play of the drive or so coming up for the Wildcats here. You have a player down on the far side of the field for Beal City. And still not getting up, and so we might have a timeout here. As Beal City has 1 player down. Maybe the only thing going wrong for Beal City here in this first half. The young man going down with an injury. So with that injury, we will take a timeout here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It's 4th down and goal for Evart when we come back. If they want any chance of coming back in this game, I think they got to get themselves a touchdown here. Back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning has been family-owned and serving mid-Michigan since 1962. They're dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and supports our local community. For all of your heating and air conditioning needs, call Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning at 989-772-2881.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 30-0 is the score here. Still an injury on the far side of the field for Beal City, but it looks like they're lining up to run this play, which I don't think is a good idea. A player for Beal City is just off the far sideline in the end zone. And again, sometimes you got a guy, hurt at the 20 behind the play. If he was out of the field of play, maybe you could do something. Or if Evart runs a little out or something like that, it's definitely going to be difficult over there. So still a little bit of a timeout here as things get ready. Make sure that player is okay for Beal City. So we will take another break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Beal City rolling in this one. They're up 30-0, but Evart with a chance to put some points on the board with 9:40 left in the second quarter when we come back here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top-quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it. 4th down and goal for the Evart Wildcats. Garrison Zucker, the Aggie, injured on the play. Thought Sparrow's going out to him. Hopefully that young man just a little hitching his giddy up and he can get back out there because he's been outstanding all year long. Looking for the reverse pass. Vanderlinde throws it in the air. Looking for the one-handed catch in the back of the end zone is the receiver Johnson, but he's going to be out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete. And so it'll be a turnover on downs that's going to give it back to Beal City. Again, they continue to lead it here. 30-0 in this one over the Evart Wildcats. With 9:33 left to go in the second quarter, they'll take back over. They'll have it at their own 5-yard line. But the way the Aggie offense has moved here tonight, think of back in the day when you're playing that video game, you let the ball roll to the end zone so you can get some more stats for your player. Almost feel like that's the situation you're in if Beal City with the way you've been able to move it offensively. The Wildcats have had no answers. Kyler Smith coming in with the play, I should say. One deep back, two wing backs, and a lone wide receiver. Wide receiver is going to be lined up to the left of Kyler Smith. Do have some safety help over there for the Wildcats. They're going to pitch it here to the near side. Drew Block looking for some running room. Gets away from one tackle. Gets brought down at the 10-yard line. So solid game by Drew Block and a very patient run there for the senior. Didn't really ever turn on the Jets there. Just kind of waited for openings. When one showed up here, he was able to take it. One showed up there, he was able to take it. And it turns into a nice little 5-yard gain. If you're Beal City, a couple injury issues today. Beitler coming off. Also, Garrison Zucker coming off. You're still waiting for Mr. Drew Gross to get back as well. You'd love to get that touchdown here, get into halftime, get that running clock in the second half, and get out here as healthy as you can, moving to 5-1 on the year as you continue Highland Conference play, and hope that somebody can knock off McBain, try and keep you alive for that Highland Conference co-championship. Gatrell's now going to split out wide at wide receiver. Kyler Smith sends a man in motion. It's Austin Small. Small gets the handoff. He's able to get by a couple initial defenders. Now into the open field across the far side. And racing down to make a block is Aaron Locke, And Small stays alive with a cutback. And another cutback. He's brought down at the 4. Is going to be 55 yards on the tote. Big run there for Austin Small. Austin Small holds the record for the most points in one basketball game for the Beal City Aggies. I believe he also has the record with 10 threes in that game, 46. It was Coach Cam Gatrell up here watching the game with me, and it's in 3 quarters, he says as well. And it's nice to have Cam Gatrell up here with me so I don't accidentally say his name when his son Drake Gatrell makes a great play out there. 30-0 our score, 8:19 left to go, second quarter. In the gun is Kyler Smith. They're lined up tight, but wingbacks all over the place for Beal City. They fake it to McKinney. It's a run for Kyler Smith. He's able to turn the corner at the edge. Going to pick up 5 or 6 yards on the carry. 30-0 remains our score. Again, it is all Beal City all the time in this one. They led it 30-0 with 4 minutes left to go in. Well, I guess about a minute left to go in the first quarter. It was already 30-0. Trying to run some clock here in the second quarter before they get into the end zone. Again, we haven't necessarily been able to figure out if it is a running clock in the first half, if it gets to 35 or not, because you just don't see it. You really don't. 30-0 our score. Kyler Smith will go under center. Deep back behind him is going to be Drew Block. Block gets the handoff. I thought there maybe was a flag, but I think it was a yellow pair of shoes out there for their Evart Wildcats. See where they spot this one for Block. It's going to be the 31-yard line, very close to first down yardage. They're going to say it's third down and short. We'll call it 3rd and 2. In Beal City, absolutely rolling in this one with that 30-0 lead. Thanks to more of our great sponsors. G&S Mechanical, E&S Graphics, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Bryant Family Farms, Hanging by a Thread, Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, Block Electric, The Diner, All Seasons Fireworks, Isabella Bank, along with Joe Wentworth and Bryce Updegraff with Bradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Smith's going to go under center, send a man in motion. It's Drew Block. They fake it to him, then they go to the deep back. It's going to be McKinney with a short carry down to the 30, but he will have first down yardage for Beal City. 6th play of the drive coming up. Beal City's picked up a couple first downs, including a huge 50-yard run from Austin Small. And if you're Beal City, look up and you see that clock running. That's good news. 30-0 is our score. Beal City on top. And Beal City's only loss on the year was to McBain. And you really think about that game with McBain. You add in Drew Block. You put Wyatt Wilson back out there. I really think they would have a chance to win that one. And the Blue Jays do get on the board. Now 35-7. Gladwin with the lead over Shepherd. And Mount Pleasant up 17-0 coming from a main man, Corey Clark. Thank you, Corey, for that update. 6:25 left to go. Man in motion. Give it to the deep back. Looking for some room. There's nowhere for the ball carrier to go. Nice job by the defensive front that time from Evart to And stole that one up. Smith trotting to the sideline to get the play from head coach Brad Gross. Faber coming out of the game, get himself a break from his offensive line spot. Smith coming back in. 5:55 left to go, second quarter. Beal City leads it 30-0. They got the football on this drive with 9:33 left to go in the second quarter at their own 5-yard line. Doing as much as they can to kind of continue to run some clock here. Man in motion, they fake it. Now looking to go downfield. Gatrell's open at the 10. A nice defensive play. Coming back to knock that one away defensively from the Wildcats was Dallas Langworth. It was a really nice route design from Brad Gross. Gatrell was coming open going towards that pylon, but a nice defensive play from the Wildcats to come in and break that one up at the very last second. Now 3rd down and 10 for Beal City. And I think you'd consider this 4-down territory with the way that this game is going. I don't think we're going to see the Aggies try and kick a field goal or punt the ball at the Evart 29-yard line. Probably try and pick up 4 or 5 here, make it 4th down and manageable. Bukovich is going to line up as a wingback to the left. Austin Small as a wingback to the right. As Kyler Smith goes under center. McKinney is the deep back. They fake it to him. Now they're rolling to his right, looking for the throwback. It's not there. Smith has got to dive or fight for his life, but he's going to go down in the backfield. McKinney trying to open things up on that far side of the field on a little misdirection screen play, but a nice job by the Wildcats reading that one, and that's a play that we've seen Beal City run a whole lot in the past. They were ready for it. It's now 4th down and 15, but again, where Beal City's at on the field, we're going to see them go for it here on this 4th down and play. I believe 9th play or so of the drive coming up. Gatrell's going to be lined up wide to the right of Smith. Lined up wide to the left is going to be Aaron Locke. The running back in the backfield is Owen McKinney. Smith dropping back, looking to throw. He's got some time. He's now flushed to his right. Wings it downfield. It's going to be tipped in the air, incomplete. Nice defensive play from Lucas Johnson. It's going to be a turnover on downs for Beal City. They did run a whole lot of clock. The score remains 30-0 here with 4:41 left to go in our second quarter. We got your Gates drilling a service. Halftime report right around the bend. Oh, all right. A very late flag coming in, and it looks like it might be going against the Wildcats. And even if it's not 1st down yardage, I believe Beal City is going to be able to run another play, and it will be 1st down yardage, and so not a turnover on downs. And this is just the type of night that it's been for the Evart Wildcats. They just have not been able to get anything going, and then you finally think that you've got to stop, and then the penalty negates it all. 1st down and 10 for Beal City, now at their own 18-yard line. After the big penalty is marked off. 4:40 left to go here in the second quarter, and the clock running. Big shout out to Allison Curtis from the Bird All-American Grill in downtown Mount Pleasant, keeping me updated on what's going down with the Shepherd Blue Jays as they now trail Gladwin 42-7 in that one. 30-0 our score here. Aggies remain out on offense after the 4th down penalty. Austin Small looks to turn the corner. Nice defensive play. Still gets away from the would-be tackler. Now he dances towards the end zone. No way! Did Austin Small get in? He did! 19-yard touchdown run from Austin Small. So he essentially runs for 70 yards on that drive. He had the 50-yard tote. And then here on 1st down and 10 from the 19, he takes it in for the TD run. And so a 50-yard run and also a TD for Mr. Austin Small on that drive. And the Aggies go, give or take 10 plays with my unofficial stats here. 90 yards or 95 yards into the end zone. It's now 36-0. Martin can make it 37-0 with the extra point. And we'll find out together once we come back after the next stoppage in play if there is a first half running clock once you get above 35. But it's just something you don't see a whole lot. Time for another break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, it's more Aggie football as they continue to dominate the Wildcats of Evart.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're actually, staying with it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Because gave myself a little bit of a break there. Big shout out to our friends Hanging by a Thread and Weefrich Financial. 4:09 left to go, second quarter. It is all Beal City. They lead it 37-0. No, that's not a mistake. That's not a typo. It's 37-0 here in the second quarter. Also a lopsided score for the Blue Jays as well, too, as they trail Gladwin 42-7. That was a big game for Clare as they were taking on Standish Sterling. Once we get to our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report, kind of get you updated on what's going down with some of the rest of our teams. And it was Sacred Heart Academy falling to 4-2 last night to a really good Fulton team. And what a night it was for Tanner Villalobos from Fulton. Ran for 6 touchdowns, nearly 300 yards, threw for nearly 100 yards, and another touchdown. Everett's got it. 4:01 left to go here in the second quarter at their own 25-yard line. Throw it over the middle. It's going to be almost intercepted, incomplete. And Beal's saying, how come we don't have the football? And there is an Evart player down as he took a licking out there. As we talk about that J&J Auto collision report. He even got the ooh from the camera guy, Adam Gursky, on that one, as it was a big hit out there. And again, we want these players to be safe, but also credit to Beal City for making a nice play as well as we talk about that J&J Auto collision report. Also, shout out to our friends, Weber Brothers Sawmill, the Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game. Sometimes it's only one block that you need to make to be that Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game, and Reese Hooks made it a little bit ago with just an absolute monster block to open up an easy touchdown for Garrison Zuckern. Player down for Evart. We're going to take another break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Kind of missed that last break with our friends Hanging by a Thread and Weefrich Financial. Well, actually, the player is up, so we'll keep it right here. But again, Weefrich Financial, Woods Household Appliance in Clare, kind of the last two big sponsors getting their logos up on the screen and everything. Just a big shout-out to them. And when you think about doing business in the Mid-Michigan area, I want you to think about the people supporting the Mid-Michigan Sports Network because it's them that make it possible for me to be here to bring you all this action as Beal City is rolling up here in Evart. And so whether you're maybe listening to this game in the car, maybe you're working, got it on the small screen, or maybe you're working and you got it on the big screen as well, or just sitting at home, thank you so much for tuning in. Well, thank you so much to all those businesses that make it possible for me to bring you some football action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Second down and 10 now for the Wildcats after the incompletion. It's going to be thrown over the middle, and this one is intercepted by Kyler Smith. It's like he almost had the last one. Well, this one he will get, and it just continues for Beal City as Kyler Smith comes up with the interception in. If you're Evart, this is just one of those games where I always make the joke, the old Lloyd Christmas talk. This one's pretty much over here in the first half. And obviously I want you to continue to listen in the second half, but there's not really much to say. Beal City came out with a great game plan, and they have executed to the fullest. Kyler Smith trotting up to the line. Looks like Drew Gross is going to be the deep back. Austin Small, I think Owen McKinney, the two wing backs. So we look on here at the Fairgrounds. They hand it off to McKinney. McKinney looking to turn the edge. Big block out on the outside for Beal City. McKinney looks to spin around at the 10 before he's brought down, but another big block. That might have been Wilson on that block or possibly Caleb Leonard coming out to make that block, and we got another player down. McKinney is back up and ready to go. Old McKinney is a whole lot tougher than I am, and this one is going to come back because of a hold. Didn't even notice the flag back in the backfield, but Beal City will have to do this one again. That seems to really be the only thing holding up Beal City on this Friday evening are a few penalty flags. 3:40 left to go here. Second quarter. Score 37-0 Beal City. It will be Evart football to start the second half, but we will have a running clock, and so it is going to go pretty darn fast. Kyler Smith comes in with the first down and 10 play for Beal City. They'll have it at the Evart 44-yard line, we'll call it, after the Kyler Smith interception and the play moves back. First down and 18, we'll call it for Beal City. It's like Finnerty in the backfield now for the Aggies. Send a man in motion. Fake to him, hand it off up the middle. Look for some room as the ball carrier, but there's nowhere to go. Nice job by that defensive front of Evart. There's one good thing to say about Evart. Right up the middle, it hasn't been the easiest sledding for this Beal City football team. Second down and long coming up for Beal City. Drew Block trotting off, getting himself a little bit of a break, getting some water around the sideline. Kyler Smith talking with head coach Brad Gross as he brings in the play. Big shout out to Brad Gross Electric, along with Gross Farms, being sponsors of what we do here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Clock moving, that's what you want for Beal City. We're now under 3 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Again, it's all Beal City, 37-0 our score. Shotgun look for Kyler Smith. He's got 3 wingbacks, or if you want to call it 5 wide, you can call it 5 wide. Send Austin Small in motion. He gets the handoff. Wyatt Wilson with a great job pulling from his guard position to make a lead block out there for Small. He's going to be close to first down yardage before he's brought down. And so it kind of got it all back from that penalty now, and it's now third down and manageable for Kyler Smith and this Aggie offense. Update coming from Ithaca. Ithaca up big at the half. The Yellow Jackets up 42-0. Ithaca just dominating as well against Saginaw Michigan Lutheran Seminary on homecoming. We'll continue to update you on those scores as they come in. 2:05 left to go here. Second quarter, 37-0. It's now 17-3. Mount Pleasant up at the half on homecoming night. Little misdirection for Austin Small. He makes one guy miss. He's going to go to the house. Austin Small shaking a defender out of his shoes on a third down and 5 as he takes it for a 30-yard touchdown run, and it continues to be all Aggies all the time here in the first half. And Austin Small is now over 100 yards rushing on his last 3-4 attempts. What a first half for this Beal City offense. It is 43-0 with a 1:48 still left in our second quarter. Holy moly, what a performance from the Aggies here in this one. Out there for the extra point is Kyle Martin. The kick is up, and it is good for Beal City. Again, they just continue to roll here against the Evart Wildcats. Our score, 44-0, and it is still the first half. Back with more football action right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Jenna Gates
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. If you're just joining us and you see that scoreboard down in the corner, no, that's not a typo. It is 44-0, Beal City on top of Evart, and we have not reached halftime. Ithaca also up just as big at the half. They're up 42-0 at the half, and so start looking at those playoff runs. Ithaca in D7, Beal City in D8, both think they got a chance to go a long, long way. Same with Clare in Division 5. Same with Sacred Heart in 8-man Division 2. Same with Mount Pleasant in Division 3. All of our local teams, Shepherd, the one team kind of on the outside looking in. I don't think they're going to have a chance to make the playoffs this year as they trail big against Gladwin. But that's a team starting essentially 15 sophomores both ways when you add up those 22 positions. And so they've got a lot of room to grow and continue to fight and play hard in a really strong Jack Pine Conference. Try and prepare to have some success in the future. Evart football at their own 35-yard line. This is Everett's 6th possession of this first half. They have got 0 points, and they have got one drive that had first downs. They had one drive that had 3 first downs. A couple of them may have came via penalty. Aiden Anderson stepping up in the pocket. He's got to run with this one. He's brought down by Drake Gatrell. Nice open field tackle from Gatrell. He's going to pick up first down yardage. On the carry, though, is Anderson. 1:30 left to go, second quarter. Clock does stop for the chains moving in the second quarter, so I feel like that kind of answers that question. We're not going to have a running clock until the second half. But it will be Evart football to start that second half. Beal City gets a stop. You know what they do in the second half when they've got a running clock? They make it go very, very fast. 2 wide receivers stacked to the left for Aiden Anderson. They pump one fake, looking for the little pump and go. It's going to be incomplete. Closest player to it was Owen McKinney. Drayson Dershide was out there at wide receiver, but McKinney made more of a play on the ball than the wide receiver did for Evart. 1:16 left to go, second quarter. Second down and 10 for the Wildcats with it near midfield. If you're Evart here, get yourself a touchdown. Just give you some hope, some momentum going into that second half. Again, you're not going to win here tonight with the score as lopsided it is, and there will be a running clock. But again, you score something here. You give yourself a little bit of confidence going into that second half. Maybe you can get a couple more touchdowns on the board. Anderson dropping back, looking to throw. He's flushed out to the right. Looks to throw it out into the flat. It's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his running back out of the backfield, Cameron Swales, but not happening. Now third down and 10 for the Evart Wildcats. 1:11 left to go in our second quarter. And it's weird to think, what would happen if Beal got it back? Because the way they've been able to move the football, you run a couple plays, they could get into the end zone again. Play coming in from the sideline. Evart, head coach Ben Bryant over there, doing a nice job building this program. Again, this is a 4-1 team. I expected Beal to be the favorite coming into this one, but nothing quite like this. Anderson dropping back, looking to throw. Zings it over the middle. It's going to be off the wide receiver's hands. It was a fantastic throw that time for Anderson. Magnus just had to bounce off his hand, and so it's going to bring up fourth down and long now for the Wildcats. And again, if you go for it here, if you're Evart, you really put yourself in danger of Beal City possibly being able to score again and putting up 50 at the half. And I'll say it again, these are 2 4-1 teams. Anderson lining up in the gun. Changes things a little bit. They got 3 wide receivers stacked to the near side here on this fourth down play. We've got a timeout coming from the Wildcats on this fourth down play. Our score is 44-0. Evart with the timeout, try and make sure they set things up right here on this fourth down play. Again, it's one of those, if I had Thomas McCann or Bubba McLean here with me, I'd start asking them, well, do you just punt this one away with the score or time in this situation? But again, you got your offense out there. You've been able to move it a little bit the last time you had the football, so why not go for it? It's already going to be a running clock in the second half. You just want to continue to do things to make your offense, to make your team feel like they can be successful going forward in the future despite this lopsided score. And it doesn't get any easier for Evart next week as they take on McBain. McBain's the only team to defeat Beal City. But again, I'll say it. You put Wyatt Wilson, Drew Gross, a couple other hurt Aggies out there in that game, I think they do have a chance to beat McBain. They did have a chance to beat McBain towards the end. Again, Drew Gross, I'll say he's worth 14 points or so. Sophomore star for Beal City, waiting to come back from a dislocated elbow, hoping to be back in time for the playoffs. And they now will come out in punting formation with Vander Linde lined up back deep. There's nobody back to return it for Beal City. Not really any point at this point. Let's take a high kick. It's going to take a bounce at 25-yard line. Down inside the 15. That is where it will be down with 57 seconds left to go in our first half. Beal City leads it 44-0. And Evart will get the ball to start the second half. See if they can make something happen, but that clock will be running in a hurry. The only thing that will stop it in the second half are timeouts, touchdowns, penalties, and injuries. Continue to update you on those other games in the second half as well, as this one is kind of decided. And it looks like Gladwin's going to defeat Shepherd. Looks like Ithaca's in good shape. Mount Pleasant up 17-3 at the half. And we'll check on that Clare score here at our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report coming up in just moments. Well, with the way Beal City's been able to move the football, well, who knows? Maybe they do somehow come away with a score here in this final 57 seconds. Hand it off up the middle. Getting the handoff is Owen McKinney. Is going to be pushed out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Beal got it at their own 14-yard line. 5-yard pickup for McKinney. He gets pushed out of bounds. Again, the clock stops here despite the 44-point lead. Second half, we'll start that running clock for this Aggie football team. Play coming in from the sideline. Kyler Smith trots back in with it. And a big shout out to our sponsors. Almost Up North, Stitches for Britches, Rick's Food Center, WW Construction, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Boomer's Lawn Care, and Barry Funeral Home in Shepherd. Two running backs in the backfield for Beal City once again on this 2nd down and 4 play. Handoff looks like the same play here to McKinney. McKinney's going to have first down yardage before he's brought down. I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of hurry here from Beal City. The Aggies maybe run one more play, 2 more plays here as we head into the halftime. Again, the clock stops for just a moment as they reset the chains here. And if you're just joining us, you've missed a dominating performance from the Beal City Aggies here in this first half. How good can they look? No. Now it's 44-0, still the second quarter sound. And this will be the final play of the first half as the Aggies come up to the line of scrimmage. I don't think we're going to see them down it here from what we saw the last 2 plays, but maybe they will now. 10 seconds remaining, and it will be a down for Kyler Smith. It's actually a fumble on the play, and we'll see who recovers it. There's 4.3 seconds left, and of course, this will stop the clock. Actually, they're going to let it run out here. Good job by the clock guy. It is recovered by the Aggies, and so that will bring us to the end of the first half in our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. It is all Beal City, all the time. 44-0 our score. Back with your Gates Drilling and Service halftime report right after this.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Halftime, and if you're looking at the scoreboard, I'll say it again. That's not a typo. It is 44-0 Beal City. They have absolutely rolled in this one. The very first play of the game, well, the first play of the game was a nice kickoff return from Garrison Zucker, but the first play from scrimmage was a 37-yard touchdown run for Drew Block that made it 8-0. Everett then went 3 and out. Beal City got it at their own 29-yard line, 10:36 left to go in the first quarter. 7 plays later, 4 first downs later, was an Owen McKinney touchdown, 2-point conversion good, 16-0 our score. Everett got it at their own 35, went 4 and out on a turnover on downs. Beal City had it, 6:37 left to go in the first quarter, already up 16-0 at the Everett 42-yard line. The very first play of that drive, freshman Braxton Bukovich showing those record-breaking track skills as he takes it 42 yards for the touchdown. 23-0 was the score. We were halfway through the first quarter. Everett then went 3 and out once again, gave the ball back to Beal City with 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter, up 23-0. Long pass from Kyler Smith to Drake Gatrill, set him up. Garrison Zucker ultimately went in for the touchdown on a just unbelievable block from Reese Hooks to Springham. That made it 30-0. We were still in the first quarter. Everett's next possession, the only one they got some first downs on, went into the second quarter, 10 plays. He had a long pass going to Vanderlinde. They ultimately turned it over on downs again, deep in Aggie territory. Beal City started with it, their own 5-yard line, 9:33 left to go into the second quarter. They went 10 plays. Austin Small had about 79 or so of the 95 yards on that drive. One big 50-yard run also ran in the touchdown that made it 37-0. Everett got it back. 4 minutes left to go on the second play of the drive. It was an interception from Kyler Smith. Another big run from Austin Small. Beal City got into the end zone with about 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. It was 44-0. Everett punted it once again. They were able to pick up one first down, but then went, kind of 3 and out on their second series of drives. Gave it back to Beal City. They just ran a couple plays, were able to pick up a first down, but then ultimately took a knee to go into the half. It's going to be a quick second half. It's all Beal City all the time. They lead it 44-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Just an absolute fantastic performance from this Aggie team. You start to think about what we've seen from Beal City so far this year. You think about that comeback win that they had versus Ravenna. Obviously, we weren't at the McBain game, but then they beat Houghton Lake 49-0 with a running clock in the second half, and now they're looking to put a running clock in on the second half against Everett. Just what a great year once again for the Beal City Aggies. Tradition never graduates. Beal City, a good example of that. Time for This Week in MHSAA Sports with John Ross. We'll be back with the second half right after this. It's all Aggies all the time. They lead it 44-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Another entry into the football record book, and the soccer postseason puts foot to ball in just a few days. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Westland John Glenn's James Phillips Jr. returned an interception from one end zone to the other for a touchdown against Wayne Memorial last Friday. Now, if you're like me, when you saw that play or read about it, you thought, is that a record? How many people have done that before in Michigan? And who keeps track of all of that? Well, MHSAA.com has all of those answers and more for all of the sports we sponsor, not just football. In this case, Phillips's pick six ties the record for the longest interception return for a touchdown, 100 yards, set 40 times in history. Birmingham's Tom Tracy was the first to do it against Hazel Park in 1951. The only time it's happened in an MHSAA final was in 1991, when Battle Creek Penfield's Jason Livengood did it against Negaunee in Class CC. All of those interception returns go into the book as 100 yards, even if the pass is picked off deep in the end zone. That's the same for kickoff and punt returns and fumble returns. It's the standard used by the National Federation of State High School Associations and how the MHSAA determines all records. Schools must submit statistics on record-worthy performances, which are evaluated to see if they fit NFHS criteria and MHSAA standards. To see the record book for any of our sports, log on to MHSAA.com. Click on that sport and then click Records. You'll see team and individual records, championship game records, and coaching records. And if you have a record to submit, you can email it to us at records@mhsaa.com. But please be sure to include as much documentation as possible, including a copy of the scorebook, the yearbook, even a newspaper article. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Midland Dow's Victoria Garces. She was first in the Elite Division at the Shepherd Blue Jay Invitational with a time of 17 minutes 26 seconds. The Allen Park Swim and Dive team, they captured their first Downriver Classic title since 2010, using a strong team effort to win in the 10-team event. And a Colin Lambert of Ogama Heights. He scored the game-winning touchdown with a minute left in a 41-34 win over Clare.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skill certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
We're on the golf course today, and our approach into 18 has gone from bad to worse. Or has it? Our shot lands in a puddle in the middle of a bunker, which certainly isn't good. But because water in a bunker is an abnormal course condition, we're allowed free relief. We're able to go to the nearest spot of relief, no closer to the hole, and drop within a club's length of that spot, while still playing from the bunker. Or relief can be taken outside of the bunker, no closer to the hole, and within line of shot, but a penalty stroke is added. So you have two options if you find water inside a bunker. Only one requires you to take a penalty stroke. Of course, the best course of action is to avoid the bunkers altogether.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. District play for boys soccer starts Wednesday, October 9th. The brackets for each of the 4 divisions were released on Sunday, and each district is seeded using the Michigan Power Rating. Brackets and team info is all available at MHSAA.com. 32 district winners in each division will advance to regionals, which start October 22nd. The semifinals are Wednesday, October 30th. And all 4 finals are Saturday, November 2nd, hosted at Grand Ledge High School. Division 4 kicks us off at 10 a.m., followed by Division 3 at 12:30, Division 2 at 3:30, and the day ends with Division 1 at 6 p.m. Postseason soccer tickets can be purchased at gofan.co, and you can watch on the NFHS network. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Hey, Rowan, want to toss the ball around?
No, thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Papa, we did all that when I was little.
I guess you're right. Barbary Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the fifth generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning has been family-owned and serving Mid-Michigan since 1962. They're dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and supports our local community. For all of your heating and air conditioning needs, call Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning at 989-772-2881. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. A little halftime break for this guy. And woo, starting to get a little chilly out here. When the guy from New Mexico, Adam Gursky, tells you should probably bring the long johns, probably should just listen to the guy that's a whole lot smarter than I am, helping me out with the camera work. Big shout to him, and a big shout to all of our sponsors making it possible for me to bring you this high school football action. And I'm actually going to go through the whole laundry list right now, as we've got a couple minutes. Fisher Companies, Central Concrete, Central Asphalt, and Fisher Transportation. Bogwai, Bang and Bradley. Shavers, Bait and Sporting Goods. Gross Farms and Brad Gross Electric. Almost up north in Stitches for Britches and Clare. Rick's Food Center. In Rockford, Ithaca, and Mount Pleasant. Along with WW Construction. Doozy's Ice Cream Place. Boomer's Lawn Care, and Barry Funeral Home. And a big shout out to our friends at Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Bryce Updegraff and Joe Wentworth, kind enough to support what I'm doing here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Also shout out to Pam, the crew at Isabella Bank, Jim Biner, and my friends being big sponsors of what we're doing here. Also, Dave and the crew at All Seasons Fireworks, Block Electric, hanging by a thread, the Diner, Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, and Mount Pleasant Public Schools, along with Bryant Family Farms, who are open tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Go get your mom and mom. Hook her up this fall. You know moms love mums in the fall. And if you want one that's going to be hardy, grown in mid-Michigan, grown by a mid-Michigan farmer, go check out Bryant Family Farms. Also, big thanks to J&J Auto, Conwinsky Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, ENS Graphics, and a G&S Mechanical. Along with our big sponsors, titles you see on the screen, Barbary Law, Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird All-American Grill, Woods Household Appliance, and Weefrich Financial. And if it wasn't for those people, I'm not able to just be here doing these games for free. I think if have known me long enough, you know that's something that I probably would do, be here for free to bring you some high school football. But the fact that I'm able to, pay the rent, do some other things watching high school sports, it is the greatest job in the world, and I owe all the thanks to those sponsors that I just listed off. And so I'll say it again. If you're thinking about doing some shopping, doing something in the mid-Michigan area, please remember those businesses that have helped me get things started here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They put that 3 minutes or so back on the clock. We're going to take another little bit of a long break here. When we come back, we'll be ready for the second half. It's going to be a quick one. Beal City leads it 44-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We'll be back after a message from our great sponsors once again here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey, Rowan, want to toss the ball around?
No, thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Pop, we did all that when I was little.
I guess you're right. Barbary Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291.
Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric, and go Aggies!
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the fifth generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes, competing for their schools. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Well, time to start that second half. Our score, Beal City 44, Evart 0. Yeah, it's been that kind of first half, and some other lopsided scores as well in the mid-Michigan area. Gladwin is up big on Shepherd. Ithaca is up big on Saginaw Michigan Lutheran Seminary. There's going to be running clocks at those games just like there is here at this one in the second half. Mount Pleasant was up against Bay City Western 17-3 at the half, and from what I gathered, I saw a touchdown scored by Claire. They took the lead going into half, and before that it was 13-7, Gladwin with the lead. So I'm assuming, you know what happens when you assume, but giving you the most information that I can with the information that I got, I believe 14-13, Claire leads at the half in a monster game against Standish Sterling Central. I believe that game go a long way in kind of deciding what this Clare Pioneer team could do in the D5 playoffs. It's just going to be absolutely loaded. You're going to have Gladwin. You're going to have Ogama in there as well. It's just going to be an absolutely action-packed Division 5 playoff run. If Clare was able to make it. And then you got those Grand Rapids powerhouses in there. Grand Rapids West Catholic, Grand Rapids Catholic Central. Here we go. Start of the second half for the Beal City Aggies. And that's going to be a different kicker out there for Beal City. And as I look down, I don't think I see 35, is it, on the roster? And so we got some fifth quarter players out there that just might turn into the kicker, the ball carrier, the receiver, and that kind of thing. Run up the middle for the returner. He can be brought down at the 36-yard line. Vander Lindy on the return, and Aaron Locke on the play. I saw Cade Block when I was trotting down to go grab a soda here at halftime and said, we've got the Block and Locke back, because it was Cade Block and it was Ethan Locke clearing the way for him a few years ago. And now you've got Drew Block, and then you've got the sophomore Aaron Locke. Not necessarily a guard like Ethan was, but he's done a great job from his wide receiver or wingback position. Here comes a high snap over the head. Aiden Anderson's just got a dive on it on his 21-yard line. And if things couldn't get worse for Evart, well, here it comes in the second half. The snap going over the quarterback's head on the first play. It's now going to be second down and 20-plus here for Evart to start this third quarter. Again, we got a running clock here in this one, and so it's going to go very, very fast. It's going to go all the way back to the 21-yard line. It's going to make it second down and 25 for the Wildcats, and the quarterback, Aiden Anderson, lined up in the pistol now. Actually going to move Vander Lindy off to his right now at running back. Fake the handoff, throw it over the middle. It's going to be caught. Decent gain out there. And Morgan on the reception and the little juke there to make a couple extra yards for Evart. So to make it third down, and we'll call it 9 or so here for the Wildcats. A nice job getting something back there on that second down and long to make it manageable here on third down. Kyle Martin, the lefty kicker, out there practicing for Beal City. That's something you might want to try here in the second half of this game if you are the Beal City Aggies. See if you can get yourself the field goal unit out there to make it happen. Because, man, when you get to those close playoff games, those 3 points, ooh, it can come up big. Run for Anderson up the middle here on third down. He's got first down yardage, makes a man miss. Garrison Zucker with a nice hit from his defensive back position. And nice to see Zucker back out on the field as well after he went down in the first half. But it is first down yardage on the carry for Aiden Anderson. They look to the sideline for the play as Evart is now inside Beal City territory. Look at some of the numbers out there. Still see Gatrill. Still see Bukovich out there at linebacker. So still some starters out there for Beal City. But you're going to see some substitutes trickle in and trickle out now for the Aggies with his big lead and the running clock here in the second half. High snap. Anderson's able to get it and bring it down. Looks to turn it off to the far side of the field. He's going to be brought down by Braxton Bukovich. You start to think about the Bird All-American Grill post-game show and some of our accolades. Weefridge Financial sponsoring that Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game. Got your Bill's Custom Fab Fabrication of the Game. And boy, quite a few plays that could be that Bill's Custom Fab Fabrication of the Game here on the night. But it's kind of back-to-back plays that I'm thinking about right now. Braxton Bukovich had a nice tackle on fourth down to give Beal the ball back. Then the very next play, he took it for 42 yards in the house. Quarterback getting trouble in the backfield. He gets away from one man and another. Aiden Anderson still alive. Sienkiewicz giving chase. He won't be able to catch him, and he is finally brought down by Aaron Locke. But what a play from Aiden Anderson, and you love to see the effort. If you're an Evart fan here tonight, what do you got to watch in the second half? Well, a young man like Aiden Anderson giving all-out effort despite the lopsided score. Anderson back at quarterback. A big run for him there to keep this drive alive. Again, if you're Evart, you're not going to win this game, but you're not going to give up either. You're going to continue to fight. Quick throw out there on the wide receiver screen. Missed tackle by McKinney. I don't say that very often. And will be first down yardage on the play, or very close to it for Evart. So this is definitely Everett's most successful drive of the game. They have ran 6 plays. They've picked up 3 first downs. They started at their own 36. They're now at the Beal City 33-yard line. But if you're Beal City, the thing you're thinking about is the clock. We've already had 4 minutes go by here in this third quarter. Think about the first 4 minutes of the first quarter. I believe it was 3 Beal City touchdowns. Shotgun look for Anderson. Lined up in the backfield next to him is Dershide. Throws it over the middle. It's going to be caught. Eric Elias looked like he almost got a hand on it from his linebacker position. They're actually going to say that was incomplete. And a couple more substitutions coming in for Beal City. You're going to see them come out a whole lot here in the second half to keep those guys fresh. And despite the incomplete pass, the clock continues to run here with that lopsided score. 44-0, Beal City with the lead. Clare with a slight lead over Standish Sterling. Ithaca up big. Shepherd down big. Handoff, looking to find some room up the middle. It's a decent gain for the ball carrier. Spins out of one tackle. Now stiff arms another man at the 10. Diving tackle for Elias at the 5-yard line. And again, the effort that you see right there from both sides, you just don't expect it in a lopsided game. But that is why high school sports is the best that it gets. It's 44-0, and you still have kids out there going 150, 110%. And it's not because they're quote-unquote professionals. It's because they love to play the game. Evart trying to get into the end zone. First down and goal from the 5. If you're Beal City, you obviously want to stop them, but you're not going to start pumping guys back in and out to try and get this defensive stop. Dershide moves to the left of Anderson once again. Shotgun snap's going to be bobbled over his head. He does a good job coming up with it, but getting into the backfield very quickly again was Reese Hooks. And we think about that Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game. Reese Hooks has got it locked down for a block that he made early in this one to spring Zucker for a touchdown. That's as good as an open field block as you will ever see. Make sure you check out the little highlight reel that I'll put together after this game sometime this weekend or early next week, and it will be featured in there for sure. Second down now. Out past the 11 after that play. Throw to the corner, trying to throw a jump ball for the wide receiver. It's way overthrown by the quarterback, Anderson. It's going to bring up third down and goal from the 11. And again, the clock continues to run. We're already halfway through the third quarter. Go back to that first quarter. With 4 minutes left in the first quarter, Beal City was up 23, with 6:20 left to go in the second quarter. Beal City was up 23-0. Tells you how fast things with a moving clock. 11th play of the drive, coming up for Anderson and the crew from Evart, trying to get on the board. They trail 44-0. They send a man in motion. They fake it to him. Anderson looking to throw. It's going to be incomplete. I like the play design. They faked it to Magnuson, then went to throw it back to him out in the flat. I don't think he was ready for it, though. If he does catch it, I think he's open and might have a chance to scamper in for the touchdown. Now 4th down and 11 for Evart. And again, the clock continues to move here very fast with this lopsided score. Some more of our great sponsors. GNS Mechanical, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Cottonwinsky Construction, and J&J Auto. 4th down play coming up for Evart. Anderson in the gun. He's got 4 wide receivers. 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Clock continues to move. 4:15 left, third quarter. Anderson takes the shotgun snap. He's looking. He wants to throw. Gets away from a tackle. Throws it out in the flat. It's going to be complete, but the wide receiver had to dive on the ground to get it, and so it's going to be a turnover on downs. Despite the nice drive, the score is going to stay 44-0, and the Aggies will take over at their own 11-yard line. The clock continues to move. 3:50 left to go. Beal City with a chance to really run some clock here unless they have a big play. The offense trots back out onto the field. We'll see if Caden Smith remains at quarterback. I believe it would be Elias to come in and take some snaps if it wasn't him. Here's Kyler Smith trotting back in with the play. And a long way for Smith to run over to the far hash down there in the end zone. Waiting to see the back judge start to maybe count some things off, but not seeing that. And again, this one's pretty much all for naught. Just need to run this one out if you're both these teams and continue to have some fun for the youngsters out there on the field. Empty set for Kyler Smith. Send a man in motion, hand it off to him. Running through a couple tackles. I believe that's Bukovich trying to find some room. He might have been brought down in the backfield, actually. But if you are Beal, though, the clock continues to move. That is what you are concerned about. 2:45 left to go here in the third quarter. It's all Aggies all the time, 44-0 here on this beautiful Friday night, the first Friday of October. Take us all the way to the end of the regular season. It seems crazy after tonight. We are 2/3 of the way through our high school football regular season. That's one of the things that makes it so special. Bukovich is going to be the deep back. Zucker will be one of the wing backs as Kyler Smith goes under center. They send Zucker in motion, hand it off to Bukovich. Bukovich doing a good job carrying tacklers with them out near the 10-yard line. And if you're Beal City, you're just coming out there and running your offense. Obviously, any touchdown is always good, but the main concern now is keeping your key guys healthy, getting out of here with a victory. Maybe we do see them go to the air here on this 3rd down and 10. If they don't pick it up, a definite punting situation as they be punting out of their own end zone. If you're the Bearcats, you're able to move the football, start of this third quarter, then maybe you get a stop here. First stop of the game against this daunted Beal City offense. Shotgun look, empty backfield for Kyler Smith. He's got a few wingbacks out there. Send a man in motion. They hand it off to him. Austin Small's got the edge. He's got first down yardage for Beal City. He cuts it back in, and he might go all the way. Kyler Smith, or pardon me, Austin Small is going to go 91 yards on the touchdown. On 3rd down and 10, Small with another big run, and he's got to be over 200 yards on the day. 91-yarder, Austin Small. There are no flags. It is now 50-0 Beal City, and the clock will finally stop with a touchdown with 58 seconds left to go in our third quarter. But Austin Small now has a 51-yard touchdown, or a 50-yard run, a 30-yard touchdown run, a 19-yard or so touchdown run, and now a 91-yard touchdown run. We saw Tanner Villalobos run for 291 last night. Austin Small closing in on 200 himself. Woo, what a night. And that's what's scary about Beal City. If it's not Austin Small, it could have been Owen McKinney. It could have been Drew Block. It could have been Aaron Locke. It could have been Garrison Zucker. It could have been Braxton Bukovich. It could have been Neil Finnerty. It could have been Drake Gatrill. It could have been Kyle Martin that beat you on this night. That is what is so dangerous about this Aggie offensive attack. There are so many guys that can beat you, and in so many different ways. 50-0 is our score. Fun announcement over the PA. There's some lights kind of shining here on the field, and they say, hey, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Martin out there for the extra point. It's a high snap. Smith tries to get it down. It's still good. Great job there by Martin and Smith in the backfield. Those are the type of plays you want to see your team make in these lopsided situations, and they're going to continue to let the clock run here. Kicking off will be the Aggies after we come back right after this here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. All Aggies, all the time. Kind of the only thing left to decide in this one is our Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game, brought to you by our friends at Weefridge Financial in the Bird All-American Post-Game Show. The Bills' custom fab fabrication of the game. There's been a lot of great plays, but when you have a 91-yard touchdown run and you kind of go from one side of the field, crisscross all the way to the other, you're going to get that Bills' custom fab fabrication of the game going to my main man, Austin Small. If you think about that, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game, there haven't been a whole lot of throws out there for either teams, but we're going to throw that assist of the game also to Reese Hooks because The block that he had was something special. Again, you're going to have to go back and watch it. I'll put it on the highlight reels. About at the 5-yard line of Spring Garrison Zucker, and he might have lifted the would-be tackler off the ground on that block. Everett will get the football here as we start the fourth quarter, in a fourth quarter that will probably go just as quick as the third quarter. That one was probably about 14, 15 minutes of real time, even though it was just a 12-minute clock. Here comes the kick, and another youngster out there to kick this off for Beal City. It's going to be fielded at the 28-yard line. Returner looking for some room. Now a nice cutback across the 40-yard line. Tackled at the 42 is the returner. That is where Evart will take over with 11:48 left to go in the fourth quarter, and that clock will continue to run throughout. Evart has it at their own 44-yard line. They've had 2 drives where they've been able to move the football, but that's it. Other than that, this Beal City defense has been absolutely dominant, and in that third quarter, not that the effort wasn't there, but a whole lot of different players coming into the ballgame. The Blue Jays do get on the board again. The extra point is good. They trail Gladwin 49-14 late in that one. A running clock for the Ithaca Yellow Jackets as well, as they are up big. Last I knew, Mount Pleasant up 17-3 at the half. Run up the middle for Bryson Kershaw. He's got a solid gain on first down. We'll see if they give him first down yardage or not, and they will move the chain. So 1 play, 1 first down for Evart. The last time they had it, they did run 12 plays, picked up 4 first downs, but they turned it over on downs inside the 10. Anderson's got the play. Vander Lindy's going to be lined up at tight end or a wingback off to the left. Fake it that way, and now looking to run it up the middle is Anderson. Nowhere for him to go. Aaron Locke and a host of other Beal City Aggies in on that tackle. Anderson looks to the sideline. Get the play from his coaches. Gatrell coming out of the game. Again, not necessarily having all the numbers for some of these youngsters, some of these fifth quarter players coming into the game for Beal City. So I've got a week 1 or week 2 roster here with me, but as we get towards the playoffs, we'll be having all those numbers for you here. Shotgun look for Anderson. He's got 4 wide, 2 to each side. Fake the handoff, now throw it over to the far side. It's complete in the slot. Nice play right there. And a big hit out there as we talk about that J&J Auto Collision Report. Kyler Smith showing he's a bit more than a quarterback as he comes in and lays a little bit of lumber there on that one. But that J&J Auto Collision Report also owned by Reese Hooks tonight. I'm going to keep talking about it, but like I said, you go back and watch or wait for that highlight reel to come out. If you didn't see it, Reese Hooks, one of the best blocks in the open field that you're ever going to see. 9:29 left to go. Quick throw here to the near side on a wide receiver screen. Nice job dancing around by the wide receiver, but it's not going to be easy to get away from that defense of Beal City. Tackle made in the open field. That's another fifth quarter player out there making that play for Beal City. Going to be a pickup of 3 yards. Second down now for Evart. Again, the clock continues to run here. Under 9 minutes remaining in our ball game. Beal City leads it 51-0. And all these youngsters in there, they are still trying hard. They do not want to give up. Touchdown. Still got some starters out there with Small, Locke as well. Shotgun look, Anderson dropping back, looking to throw. He's got some time. Throws it over to Johnson. He makes the catch, gets away from one tackler. Aaron Locke's going to wrap him up, throw him out of bounds just outside the 20-yard line. So the third first down picked up by Evart on this drive as they've been able to move it a bit here. 8:30 left to go in our fourth quarter. Very similar to the first drive of the third quarter. Evart ran 12 plays. They took 8 minutes and 15 seconds off of the clock, but ultimately turned it over on downs. You'd love that situation again here if you're Beal City. Let Evart continue to run that clock, do whatever they want to do, then keep them out of the end zone here. Running back switches sides a couple different times with Anderson. Anderson drops back, makes a move, flushed up in the pocket. He's going to run this one. He actually slides. The rare high school quarterback slide out there from Aiden Anderson, but not necessarily a bad decision by any means, as he picked up decent yards to bring up second down. 7:45 left to go in our ball game. Another touchdown for Gladwin. They lead at 56-14 over the Blue Jays. So Blue Jays still 1 win on the year. Looks like Mount Pleasant might pick up their 4th win on the year. Sacred Heart is now 4-2 after falling last night. Check on Clare in a minute, see if they can move to 5-1 on the year. And Ithaca looks in good shape to move to 6-0 on the season and remain undefeated. And after besting Michigan Lutheran Seminary, I believe they pretty much wrapped themselves up a conference championship as well for the Tri-Valley Blue, it might be. But again, they've been in so many conferences the last 4 or 5 years, or so many different parts of the Tri-Valley, I should say, last 4 or 5 years. 3rd down for the Wildcats. 7 minutes left to go in our ball game. The Aggies continue to lead it, of course, 51-0. Shout out to Mount Pleasant Public Schools. Homecoming tonight, and they are hiring bus drivers. They have paid training for bus drivers. If you're a substitute teacher, bus driver, and an official, you can make yourself a pretty decent living by doing those 3 things and kind of make your own schedule. Short run is going to be just a yard, so it'll be 4th down for the Wildcats. Of course, they're going to go for it here. This next play will be about halfway through the 4th quarter. If you're Beal City and you can get a stop, you're going to be able to come out of here with a shutout victory. If you're Evart, thinking, come on, guys, we got to get into the end zone here. Shotgun look for Anderson. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, throwing it over the middle. It's going to be caught by Vander Linde. He gets into the end zone for a touchdown on the 8th play of the drive. And so a little something for this Evart football team to cheer about, as it's now 51-6 with 6:08 left to go in the 4th quarter. And again, that's the great part about high school football, is you continue to see that effort out there from the youngsters all game long. 2-point conversion, it looks like Evart is going to go for it, and why not with the lopsided score? Not really any point of trying to kick the extra point. Again, I say that. You could also say maybe not really a whole lot of point in trying to go for 2 as well. But it's all Aggies all the time here in this one. They lead at 51-6 as Evart lines up to go for 2. There is 6:08 left to go in the 4th quarter. Shotgun look for Aiden Anderson. 1 running back to his right. I'm going to motion him up a little bit further, maybe in a better blocking position. They fake it. Anderson now looking to throw for the 2-point conversion. Flush back into the pocket, looks for a little shovel pass. It's going to be incomplete. Our score will remain 51-6. Beal City looking to run 6 minutes off the clock when they get the ball back. And maybe when we come back, I'll be joined by a special guest. It is the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Quick break. We'll be back right after this.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family. Call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. I said I might have a special guest with me, and Cam Gatrill kind enough to throw on the headset here because this one's pretty much settled, Coach. 51-6. Cam Gatrill, the varsity basketball coach of Beal City. I should preface that before I call you Coach, but not really a whole lot bad things to say about the Aggies on this night. What have you seen?
A lot of kids played well. I thought kind of the neat thing I saw is a lot of kids blocking downfield. It's like everybody doing their job.
Yep, and that block from Reese Hooks to spring Zucker for that touchdown, I believe was late in the first, early in the second. That's the play I continue to talk about. The play of the game, our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game, is going to be the 91-yard touchdown run from Small. I mean, you go 91 yards, you're going to get the tip of the cap. But that's the best open field block I think I might have seen, period. It was just a fantastic play as Zucker takes the kickoff return, gets away from one guy. He thought about housing it, and I think he thought about the score and said, let's just get out of bounds here. But in basketball, you've had some big leads against some teams or whatever. Does your mindset change as a coach, or does it still go out there and execute our game plan and what we do?
It does a little, I suppose, and you want to get kids in. A lot of kids that work hard in practice every day. You want to get them minutes, and But no, you want the kids to play hard to the end. That's how injuries happen. You have to play hard to the end.
Yeah, in particular in football, you know what I mean? You start playing, 80%, and you're going to get licked by somebody playing 100%, and you're going to get hurt. And your football background, you're a great player over, was it middle and high?
Yeah.
Yep. And where'd you go on to play in college at?
Hope College.
Hope College, all right. Just so people knows I got an expert on the air here with me, talk a little football action. Kyler Smith remains out there at quarterback. He's going to go under center. He's got a wing back and a tight end out there and 2 running backs back behind him. They're going to hand it off. Looking to find some room here to the near side is Braxton Bukovich. He's pushed out of bounds at the 50-yard line. And Braxton Bukovich is a guy you're familiar with what he's done at the middle school level. And have you been able to see him play much basketball? And again, still season coming up or whatever. I know he's a guy who'll probably at least be up on the JV.
Fantastic attitude. He's a humble kid. Great family. He works hard. He's a weight room rat.
Yep, and
he's in there all the time.
Jen Bukovich, math teacher out at Beal City. Anytime I bring up my favorite teacher, no offense to you here, Coach, either whatever, but a lot of times she gets brought up for teaching math, and I always think
fantastic.
You got to be quite a special person to be the favorite teacher when you're teaching trigonometry and some difficult things like that as well.
And she just puts in a lot of time. And Aaron was our AD for years, and he did a fantastic job too. So they're a good family.
Yep. Short run up the middle for Austin Small. He's going to be brought down after a short gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down here for Beal City. 4:50 left to go in the game. And actually a quick shout out to Griffin Bohannon, our main man, leaving you guys to go to a kind of a rival Claire, but going from AD to principal. Nice little step up there. And again, that's the growth you like to see from local people and still staying local as well.
Griff he's done a fantastic job at Beal too. He's earned that position.
Going under center is Kyler Smith. 2 running backs in the backfield once again. They hand it off up the middle. Going to be very close to 1st down yardage. I don't think they'll have it. We'll probably see Beal City go for it here on this 4th down play because why not with where the ball's at?
Yeah.
It actually does look like they're going to bring the punting unit out there.
Probably the right thing to do.
Yep. And where the football's at in midfield, if they would have gone for it and picked it up, it wouldn't have been rubbing, Everett's nose in it or anything like that. You just got to go out there and execute.
You could have done it either way, I suppose. And then after that, you could probably take some knees.
Yep. And Elias is going to be back there for the punt. Eric Elias, another one of those. This sophomore class, I feel like it's similar to the senior class that we had last year. You just look and there's just great athletes all over the field.
Blessed with so many of them.
Going to be a high snap. Nice job by Elias going up and getting it. He gets off a rocket of a punt. It's going to hit towards the sidelines and go out of bounds. A nice job not letting it be returned over there by Johnson. But again, the clock continues to run here with this monster Beal City lead, 51-6 the score. Going to kind of call you out a little bit here on this one. Who do you think performed the best tonight for Beal City? Like I said, there's been a lot of guys out there, but I'm trying to put you on the spot here.
I think. I've seen a progression with Kyler at quarterback. I feel like he threw some nice balls tonight. He's done a fantastic job of running the offense. And Austin had some nice long runs. Owen's tough, Drew block. It's hard. In the offensive line, obviously, there's many times where running backs were not touched.
Touche.
So,
And Drew Block, one of those guys who's had to battle some injuries the last couple years, and so to see him be able to get out there in his senior year and succeed, man, it's a whole lot of fun to watch him play.
Oh, great kid. He had that knee injury, and seems like he's come back full strength.
Yep. And now, Cade Block or Drew Block? Who was the harder worker if I had to make you pick one of them?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm making you answer some tough questions here. This lopsided score.
Well, Drew doesn't play basketball.
All right, so that changes it a little bit.
I really wasn't in the trenches with football, so I'd have to say Cade just because I've seen him.
Seen him work for you on the basketball court. Vander Lindy, they're going to try and go long to him. Throw's going to be a little too tall. It's going to land incomplete. And Vander Lindy is an excellent wide receiver. The Aggies, mostly I think McKinney and Block did a great job on him tonight. Some small maybe as well. Last year he was just shut down by Caden Smith with Wallace playing the quarterback position as well. A little bit more of a threat, but another great job tonight. You come in against this Evart team who has a completely different game plan. They're going to throw it all over the field. It's tough to prepare for, and they came in ready to go in this one.
Oh, yeah. They defensively, I don't know. They've had a few big plays here or there, and we kind of talked about that. Evart is explosive. You're going to give up a big play or two here or there, but for the most part, we shut them down.
Yeah, and just the way things went in that first quarter, it just rolled out to such a big lead so quick.
Oh, yeah.
The first play of the game from scrimmage was a touchdown from Block, and then you have a quick McKinney TD on the next one. And then your third possession was another one-play touchdown with Bukovich going in 42 yards. And when I think about our Bill's Custom Fabrication, our play of the game, I kind of feel like Bukovich with those 2 plays he had back-to-back, that 4th down tackle to get the turnover on downs, and then that touchdown run. It didn't end the game that early, but it just really sent a message of like, yeah, even this freshman is going to come out here and lay the lumber on you.
He's ahead of his time. He tackles well, good technique. Drops his hips, keeps his head up, does everything right.
Yep, and I'd be remiss if I didn't let you talk about your youngsters. Drake had a nice catch in this one. He's had a couple nice tackles out there as well. What have you seen from Drake?
He's learning a new position, so it's been a little bit of a challenge for him. But he's embraced it.
Yep.
We talk about it often, and he's learning it, getting better every game.
Yep. And the physicality that he brings to the table. Like I said, I watched him play a whole lot of basketball the last few years. This is the first time I've seen him play football, and man, he'll get downhill and make a lick on a kid in a hurry. Here's a first down run for Evart as they continue to charge forward, and that may be the last play of the game. But your younger son, Grady Gatrill, the Beal City Middle School football team, they do got one more game coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend versus Osceola, but they are already in the championship game over at Northwood, and we're going to actually be able to be there for that call.
Awesome.
So for people who haven't been able to check out a whole lot of 8th grade football, be able to make that call and kind of roll into some middle school football, and that's been a whole lot of fun. And if nobody's ever seen the other Gatrill, Grady Gatrill, you got to watch him play. Talk about what he's done from his quarterback position this year.
It's the whole team. They've played well. That middle school coaching staff does a great job. Thomas and Sam and Seth and Rock, they do a fantastic job of getting those kids ready to play high school football.
Yep, and that's what it's all about, is getting ready for that next level. But when you can win doing it, it's a whole lot of fun. Coach Gatrill, thanks so much for joining me there a little bit at the end. We've got your Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming right up. We'll put a quick bow on this one, as I feel like we just did a little bit of a post-game show right there as well. Coming back to wrap this one up, Beal City a winner 51-6 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant. Friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Hey, Rowan, want to toss the ball around?
No, thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Papa, we did all that when I was little.
I guess you're right. Barbary Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, but when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical. Handsome Ben's Fab provides professional fabrication work for your home or business. MIG, TIG, and ARC AWS certified, Handsome Ben can fabricate your dreams with steel, aluminum, and stainless steel. Handsome Ben brings 20 years of professional fabrication experience to you. Call Handsome Ben today at 989-802-2405.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. Proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios one more time as we put a bow on this one. 51-6 Beal City, a winner over Evart. I said I feel like we had a little bit of our Bird All-American Grill post-game show with Cam Gaudreau there. Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. Reese Hooks for one block. Yeah, one block that he made got him that Timber of the game because it was a monster block. Think about our Beal's Custom Fab, fabrication of the game, the play of the game. 91 yards, touchdown for Austin Small. Yeah, he's going to definitely take that accolade. Kind of the biggest award that we have pretty much every single night. Our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. And with the cool temperatures of my man from New Mexico here, we'll skip the song tonight for Zay because you know it too. It's Austin Small. He goes over 200 yards on the night, including a 91-yard touchdown run, a 30-some-odd-yard touchdown run, like a 19-yard touchdown run. A big night for the senior all-sports star for Beal City. Austin Small, our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Big shout out to all of our sponsors like Weefrich Financial and the rest of the crew, making it possible for us to be here. No middle school football tomorrow as they're off, but we will have that championship game of October 20th on a Sunday next week. More action.